Thank you once again for tuning in to Skrilly TV, where everything on this platform is set for motivational and educational purposes only. I am not a doctor, I am not a lawyer, nor am I a specialist, but what I am, I'm here to help you. And with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so we're just gonna go. It's gonna be a brief little video. I'm gonna talk a little bit about stocks and a little pros and cons to some. Again, I'm not going to take up too much of your time talking about the pros and cons of stocks because everybody's investment and situation is different. So, with that being said, we'll really get to it. Here's a few pros I'd like to throw out there about stocks. One pro. One pro to it is if it's a publicly traded company, that's the only way you could normally buy stocks unless you know some private people that own a business. And those private people may let you get in before they actually go public. And with that being said, you might have a friend who has a business you're willing to invest. Uh, I advise go that way. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I advise go that way because one, you already know these people, so you kind of been doing your research a little bit. And two, you're like at the first part of their market. You're like right in beginning of when the market starts, so you like kind of like have the heads up. So let's say you don't know anybody though, so you want to go with a publicly traded stock, and the publicly traded stock, mm, prime example, they might start out $1, and then 2, 3, 4 years pass, they're $4 or $5 now. 6, 7, 8, 9 years pass, they're at $14, $15 now. You know, that's normally a good buy. That's normally a good stock. Let's say in average, they're continuously growing over the years. And if you've had invested that $1 by 6, 7, 8, 9 years later, you're at the $15, $16 threshold. You own a bunch of stocks, 50, 60, 100 stocks. Who knows? Everybody's situation is different, like I said. Um, you may be able to trade some out, and boom, now you're cashed up. You never know. You had 60 stocks, and you sold 50 of them. They were $16 a piece. But you only bought them each for $1. Hey, that's a come up. Not a big come up, but it's a little come up. It's one pro. Another pro is, yeah, you're a part of somebody else's company, so you're not really in charge of much. You're really not in charge of anything at all. And they do all the legwork. They talk to all the people. They deal with all the lawyers. You just kind of like sit back and just watch your market go up and down. You know, that's one thing. Another thing is, um, I'd like to say for the pro situation with stocks is, it's like a tax write-off as well. You could get your taxes done, and then they see that you've been investing in the stuff. You can get a write-off. I'm again not a lawyer or anything, but you could do your own research and check into that yourself. So, yeah, that's two. Three, there's a dividends that you can get for some companies. And with that being said, they'll pay you to wait, basically. You invest in them, they handle everything, they got the lawyers, they got everything you need. You just sit back and wait, and a small portion of the money you invested or the stock grows, it comes back to you. And that's a good thing, I mean, it's a long period of time, but if you're like 19, 20 right now, start now. If you're 19 or 20 right now, doing exactly what I'm talking about, you get you a stock where it invests dividends, put you like 20, 30 in there at a time, 20, 30 in there at a time, or whatever you could afford, maybe 10, 15 at a time, 10, 15 at a time, and then watch it grow, and then 5, 10 years pass, you might be at who knows, 100K just saved up in investment, and shoot, you'll be 30 by then. So 10 years of your life, or hold on, you were 19, possibly 20, so 29, 30, you're around 100 some thousand mark, plus you have a job, you might be making 35,000 $35,000 starting, up to roughly 45, $55,000 in the back end. So that's the third pro, is having a dividend stock. Cons, I'll give you 3 cons that I would say. One con is you're not in control over nothing. You're just waiting basically for hopefully the market to go up or the market to go down. If it stays the same, you do what you got to do. You may pull out, you may invest more, who knows. Again, if you're young, this is something you'll go with. You know, I am not a lawyer, so that's up to you, how you want to do that. Another con is it takes a long time. You don't know how long you absolutely have to live, so that's why it's always good to have stocks and other stuff, maybe bonds or whatever. You run your own company, or you're invested in somebody else's company, like your friends, like I said earlier in the video. Yeah, it takes a while. You don't know really how long you have to live, so that's something to bank on there too. Like I said, I am not a doctor or a specialist, so it's always good for you to go get your checkups annually. Shoot, once a month if you can. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Things change up drastically. And another third con is you may lose money. You might put in $50, and then you might check in a year or two. Now your $50 is only worth $40. So then let's say you pull your money out of that stock. So okay, you lost $10 on the stock. As a matter of fact, you lost the 50 you put in plus the 10 that you initially lost. Then your whole stock is gone. Okay, and let's say you put in a lot, like say 50 of those shares. 50 times 50. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, and then it's constantly going down. That's something to think about. You know what I'm saying? But don't let that knowledge scare you. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a gamble when you come that way. So that's up to you. But do your research, a lot of learning, because that's gonna get you by. A lot of research and a lot of learning in this game. If you're not willing to research and you're not willing to learn, then you're probably gonna stay the same. You're not really gonna elevate. And we preach elevation. You gotta elevate. You gotta learn, because that's what's gonna get you by. And again, I'm here just to help you. If any of my words or anything I've said previously or in this video is here to helping you, you know what to do. You know how we do it around here on Skrilley TV. Again, I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I am not a specialist. But I am definitely here to help you. So that's what I'm here to do. Enjoy.